Guys, Alan Moore here on another fragrance review. I hope you're all doing fantastic out there. All things are going great in your life. On today's video, guys, we'll be talking about 5 of my Urban Hero fragrances, what I tend to put out on Instagram, and I also would post. If you see some of my posts on it, it's linked with like graffiti arts all around the different areas where we live. And sometimes these things become part of your background without you realising the blending, and it's just accepted eventually. And so that's how I try to tie the graffiti with all the fragrances, because I tend to use it like urban areas. You don't really see that in some of the uh, areas where they don't have so much things like graffiti everywhere. But unfortunately, we live where we live and we accept this. And so these fragrances I've got to show you today are perfect, but I think are classed as my Urban Hero fragrances. Something that we all can wear, right? That will give us a chance of smelling nice. We're not all that much money as well, guys. Okay, money's tight these days, and you can still smell nice on a budget. See me after the intro, guys. Cheers, guys. Thanks for coming back. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That'd be fantastic. I've got to say 5 fragrances for you guys, and I've also got another bonus fragrance to show you. And this was from the 80s. You might not have heard, you might not have me swear, maybe just checking out just for something different to add to your collection. Okay, so let's start this off in no particular order. This is only going to be a brief overview of these fragrances, not an individual review. I'll leave all the links in the description box where you can buy these fragrances for the best price in the UK. Okay guys, so let's start this video off. The first one, I'd like to bring this one to your attention. This is from the house of Versace, and this is Shira. Now this is like a sweet fragrance with a difference. It's not like a John Paul Gaultier sweet or Armani strung with you intensely sweet. It's different. You'd swear blind there's like dried fruits mixed with this in the background, and it's got like a lot of ash that comes through it, like a cigarette ash with it, but not in a dirty way. Just adds to the backbone of the fragrance as it's going through the mid. Right, so it starts off very sweet, and if you like sweet fragrances, it's an alternative. And you can get these quite cheap on eBay in the UK, the mid-20s for this kind of size bottle, 100ml bottle, guys. I've wore this at work, good work scent as well, guys. That's the first one, guys. Then we go for a classic one. There's this one here, Versace Le Homme, and this is the outer toilet version. You got a nice spray there. It's got one of the best sprays I've seen. This is like a built-in sprayer. But it sprays a stack of juice out, applying it to yourself anywhere. You get a wide spray of like direct, and it's right where you want it to be. And this is really cheap as well. You'll find this on discounters. Just check on eBay. You'll pick it up for the mid-20s again, guys. But it's got a nice classic smell to it. It's got lots of citruses in it as it opens up. And again, it's got a bit of punch about it when you just start, wearing it's got a bit of a sheep feel about it. A bit this fragrance, not necessarily just a citrus-based fragrance. And it's another good alternative as well. Let's go with this one now. This is from the house of Zara. And this is a fragrance that misleads you guys. As you can see, my top just broke yesterday on it. And I've had this bottle ages, and I was filming a local park yesterday for Instagram and doing a bit of YouTubing and stuff, and the top's cracked. That's why it's come apart. But as you can see, it fits on there with a black top, silver collar, and a nice red bottle there, look. And there's the juice inside. You'd swear blind there's some kind of red bed in here, but there's not. It's not listed in there. If you look at the notes on Fragrantica, you can check this out on there, all the notes for it, guys. And it doesn't mention red berries at all, but you'd think of raspberries, strawberries, different things like that. And it's not, it's got like a red berry accord, But like in the UK, they used to have these little tiny translucent red berries. It reminds me more of that. But it's correct, you know, that's what I tend to pick up, like a red berry accord in there. And it's different because it's got the backbone of the original Zara one, pour, I'm sorry. And it's got that in the backbone of this, so it's still got the DNA of the first one. But it's got that like a nice berry coat kind of accord in there. So I've got the note of pear in here as well. Going back to the 80s again now with this one here. Calvin Klein Obsession for Men. You get it again. Nice classic feel to this guy, but with a cinnamon blast fresh name coming up towards in the Christmas month, you know, and December. You got everybody doing a lot of cooking and different, all the spices, and it's all to do with that kind of time of year. And so this will be well worth wearing during that month, because there's got another nutmeg note in it, and it does like dominate the fragrance for the life of the fragrance. It doesn't really dissipate. You still smell it on your skin when you spray it quite a while later. And for a classic fragrance, it does work quite well. I'm quite impressed with this fragrance when I bought it. I'm still wearing it today, guys. Moving on now. So I say it's only going to be a quick video, guys, and I'm going to keep you on your Sunday. Too far away from what you're doing. There's my next one. Cerruti 1881. And this is another, it's like an aromatic citrusy fragrance. It's got a lot of woods in it. And it's got like a sharpness about this when you first spray it on. But it's refreshing at the same time. You know, when you put this fragrance on, you feel invigorated. It makes you feel refreshed. It smells you fresh, clean smell about it. Cheap as chips, guys. You get it most places online, local shops where they sell fragrance. You probably pick this up somewhere. And if I won't get paid over £30 for it, you'll get it cheaper on discounters or somewhere like that. But in the mid-20s, and that's the 100ml bottle of this, guys. They do aftershaves as well, guys. They will do an aftershave for that fragrance if you like the aftershave as well. And the bonus one we got for you today. Some of you might not have heard of this one. Some of you may be an older watching this. And this is Elizabeth Taylor, Passion for Men. Now it's got, you tell by the look of start of that bottle, it's like, you hold it up to the light, it's like a deep purple in colour with a black lid. And I'll show the etymology, and you can tell straight away it's an 80s fragrance. Look at that. I mean, it's nothing like the modern equivalent now, but let's see what the juice is like inside. I've had this a bit now. I haven't worn it too many times, to be honest, it's quite still a new fragrance. But in the air now, it's got like, I've got quite a few 80s fragrances. I can guarantee you there's a list of notes on Fragrantica, guys, as long as you're on for these kind of fragrances from the 80s. And this will be no exception. There's 2 minutes to read off. But what does the overall smell give you? It gives you the pleasant fragrance smell, right? You can definitely tell it's from the 80s, because all the notes, we just put the stairs out, guys. It's as though they're fighting to get dominance and to come out first. That's what you smell first. But it's hard to pick up an individual note that takes centre stage. They're all still trying to do this, but it's done in a way that makes the fragrance quite applicable. When you put it on, you just think, okay, I'll apply that. Now what do I get? And it gives you this nice fragrant smell. Not overpowering. It's not beach mode. It's not going to, fill a room. It's not going to blow it away. It's not that kind of, it's just a pleasant fragrance, right? It's cheap as chips, right? But if you want something that's pleasant to wear, easy grab reach, something you can use for work, it's going to cost you less than 20 quid, guys. And you can get away smelling with that. You wouldn't offend anybody, and you'd still smell pleasant through the day. And the longevity, I couldn't really tell you how long it lasts, because I've only ever worn it a couple of times, and I've only worn it half a day. So I couldn't really tell you the actual longevity of it all. So you'd have to find that out for yourself, right? So that's the ones I've got today. The 5 I was just showing my urban heroes, right? As I explained to you on the thumbnail, the part of the video where I just introduced the video, right? My urban heroes are something where you live in like an urban area, right? And we all can still buy fragrances who live in these areas. And we haven't all got the money to buy hundreds of pounds for fragrances. So, what do we think of people around my area where I live? We can afford things like this, and we can go to either a fragrance shop and buy these over the counter. Still smell nice, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, the reality is there's parts of England that are out my price range, and I couldn't afford to live there. I couldn't afford to shop there, and so I can't, bring myself to spend all the money that I'm spending on these fragrances from £250, £300 when I can buy quite a lot of fragrances that still make me smell nice, right, for an affordable price, right? And that's why behind these videos I keep doing, when I class it in my urban heroes, I've got lots of fragrances that could fit into that category. And so, this is what I try to do with all my fragrances, whether I show them on Instagram or whether I show them on like YouTube now. But I was putting them on Instagram, I was having quite a lot of interest off him. I was putting bits of graffiti on in the background, then I stick pictures in the bottle of my fragrance, and that's when I come up with the urban hero themes. And it didn't get hundreds of views, it got enough, and it made me feel like people was actually trying to, take a liking to my page. It's different from everything else on Instagram because I like it to be a little bit different. I like to think outside the box. And I've always said when I do my videos, it's doing one microphone, it's doing one take. You hear me not really being very clear about the intro just. That's me in a nutshell. I'll do, copy words up now and again. But they're staying because I want it to be raw, I want it to be real. I make mistakes, I ain't perfect. But the idea is to bring you fantastic fragrances like that. And I'll never try to pretend to be somebody like Brad Pitt or somebody like that. I say that for the real professionals. For me, making videos, I'm able to give you guys the best advice on them. And I've got 5 there that'll suit you down to the ground, guys. So if you do want to spend a bit of money this year, you can pick these up. Still this time of year, you can still rock them. Right, guys, that's it. I'm going to say no more. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you next weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. All the best. Bye now.